Insect inversions, alternative gameplay, number 1. So this is going to be a timed challenge, and you can use the level 2 cards or you can use the level 1 cards. Level 1 cards are on the piano, the level 2 cards are on the staff, and I will give you a pro tip. I feel like it's easier for beginners to look at the staff and be able to tell which position a chord is in. So even though maybe you have a very young student that's not even playing chords yet and may not be identifying these chords, but they can start identifying where the root is, which will lead them to understand what position the chord is in. You can also use the inversion guide card as a prompt. You can have this out close to students so they can use it for reference. So it shows them in root position. That's the easiest one to spot. In first inversion, the root is at the top, so this gap right here of the 4th. And then second inversion, the root is actually in the middle. And so the gap is, so it would be like this. So they can easily see that there's a gap there. Whereas sometimes on the level 1 cards, it's harder for them to see where the gap is if there is a gap. So in that case, there isn't a gap. Sometimes it's harder for them to see when there's an accidental where the gap is. So that's just a pro tip. But for this one, you would want to pull out the specialty cards, and to make it go faster initially, what you could do is you could just have a few of the cards. Just make sure it's the same amount for each student. So you would set a timer and you would say go, and then they would just quickly lay down the cards in the correct location. If you wanted to make this harder for students, you could have them identify the note as they're laying it down. That will slow down the gameplay. So just keep that in mind as they are sorting the cards. The initial goal would be just to have them, that's a specialty card, have them sort through the cards and be able to quickly identify what position. So I had a lot of first inversions for some reason in that stack. Only 1 second inversion and a couple of root positions. So the moment that they are done, you would stop the timer, you would keep track of that, and their goal could be to beat their time each week and get faster and faster at identifying. What you could do is you could also do a studio challenge where everyone's kind of on a leaderboard, and whoever has the fastest time that week, they are in position 1. So just a little competition between your students within the studio. Thanks for joining us at Music Game Club. You can find printable and digital music theory games and other teacher resources at musicgameclub.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Tag us on social media so we can celebrate with you your student success in playing music theory games.